Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. I am happy to welcome you all for our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. For the class 10, subject biology, unit 17, reproduction in plants and animals. Today, we are going to discuss about gametogenesis. Children, you know very well the word genesis means formation. So then what is gameto? Gametogenesis means gamete formation. So the formation of sperm in males and ovum, that is egg, in female is called gametogenesis. It involves spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Spermatogenesis is nothing but formation of spermatozoa, that is sperm, and oogenesis, formation of ova, that is egg. Gametes are usually haploid. Haploid means N. So gametes are haploid cells and are produced through gametogenesis. So gametogenesis process, by the process of gametogenesis, the gametes are formed or produced, they are haploid in nature. Okay. Let us see the structure of human sperm. See the picture here, children. This is the human sperm. It comprises of three major parts. One is head part, head portion, and another one is middle portion, and the third one is very long portion, long part of the sperm, that is tail. So three major part. First one is head, second one is middle piece, and third one is tail. These three parts are having that human sperm having these three main parts: head, middle piece or mid piece, and third one is tail. The spermatozoan consists of, spermatozoan is nothing but sperm. The sperm consists of three parts: head, middle piece and tail. The head is elongated. See the picture here, children. This is the structure of head. It is somewhat elongated and then it is formed by the condensation of nucleus. The anterior portion of the head has a small cap-like structure. See here, this is the anterior portion of the head. It consists of small cap-like structure called acrosome. It is very important one. The cap-like structure which is present on the anterior portion of the head is called acrosome. Inside that acrosome, the hyaluronidase enzymes are present. This hyaluronidase enzyme is very essential for the entry of sperm into the ovum. Is it clear, children? See, it contains, it means the acrosome. The acrosome contains the enzyme called hyaluronidase. It is very important, one more question. The enzyme which is present inside the acrosome is hyaluronidase. This particular enzyme is very essential for the entry of sperm into the egg during the fertilization. You know very well, fertilization is nothing but fusion of gametes, male gamete sperm and female gamete egg, that is called fertilization. A short neck, see here, I already said three important parts: head part, middle piece and then tail part. One more part is there, that part is not much more important, that is the neck region. The neck region, neck connects the head with the middle piece. Okay. So the short neck connects the head and the middle piece, which comprises of, which is made up of centrioles, and then the middle piece consists of mitochondria, which provide energy for the movement of the tail. So see here, in the middle piece the mitochondria is there. Inside that mitochondria the energy ATP is present. It is very essential for the movement of tail. Okay. It brings about sperm motility which is essential for fertilization. Next, we will see the structure of ovum. A mature ovum or egg is spherical shape. See the structure. This is the spherical shape or round shape. The ovum is almost free of yolk. There is no yolk at all. Human ovum do not have any yolk. It contains abundant cytoplasm. Inside the egg, abundant cytoplasm and the nucleus is present. See the nucleus here. The ovum is surrounded by three important layers. That layer, name of the layer is corona radiata, and then zona pellucida, and then Vitalin membrane. These are the three layers of the ovum. So the ovum is surrounded by or covered by three layers. That is, the first one is corona radiata, second one is zona pellucida, and third one is Vitalin membrane. Clear? The plasma membrane is surrounded by inner thin zona pellucida and the outer one is thick corona radiata. As I said earlier, three layers are there: corona radiata, zona pellucida and Vitalin membrane. Among the three layers, the outer one is very thick, that is called corona radiata. The corona radiata is formed of follicle cells. The membrane forming the surface layer of the ovum is called Vitalin membrane. So Vitalin membrane is the innermost layer. Okay, it is a surface layer. The membrane forming the surface layer of the ovum is called Vitalin membrane. There will be a fluid. The fluid filled space between zona pellucida and Vitalin membrane is called perivitalin space. The gap between the zona pellucida and the Vitalin membrane, it is filled with the fluid filled space called perivitalin space. Clear, children? See the enlarged structure of human ovum. As I said, three layers. It is a very important one. Corona radiata. It is very thick layer. And then thin zona pellucida. There will be a gap. It is filled with fluid between the Vitalin membrane and zona pellucida. It is perivitalin space. Clear? Next, we will see the important topic, puberty. Children, have you heard the word puberty before? Think. In 8th standard itself, you know that puberty. Right? What is puberty? Guess? Yes, exactly. The reproductive system. You know very well, human body contains a 10 organ system. Digestive system, muscular system, respiratory system, endocrine system, like that. Among this, reproductive system is also one among them. So among the 10 organ system in our body, reproductive system is one among them. So the reproductive system in both male and female becomes functional and increase in sex hormone production, resulting in puberty. The phenomenon tends to start earlier in females and it is somewhat delay in males. Generally, boys attain the puberty age between the age of 13 to 15 or 14 years, whereas the girls reach puberty between 11 to 13 years. In males, the onset of puberty is triggered. What is the meaning of triggered? Stimulated. The onset of puberty is stimulated or triggered by the secretion of hormones, testosterone. This is a male sex hormone, testosterone in the testes. Whereas in the female, the onset of puberty is mainly due to the secretion of estrogen hormone. Estrogen is a female sex hormone and as well as the progesterone hormone from the ovary. You know very well, testes and ovary are the primary organs, right? So in females, the onset of puberty is mainly due to the secretion of estrogen and progesterone hormones from the ovary. Clear children? Yes. Next, the secretion of both male and female hormones, that is testosterone and estrogen and progesterone. All these hormones are under the control of pituitary gonads, pituitary gonadotropins, that is luteinizing hormone and follicular stimulating hormone. The pituitary gland, which is present in the situated in the hypothalamus region, the pituitary have two parts, anterior part and posterior part. The anterior part of the pituitary secretes 6 major hormones. Among these 6, the follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. These two hormones plays a vital role in the secretion of testosterone, estrogen and progesterone. Clear children? The next very important question often asking in exam point of view, that is menstrual cycle, the process of ovulation. Have you heard the word ovulation, children? What is ovulation? Where it is occur? Then when it is occur? For all these questions, we will see the answer now. Ovulation, in short, ovulation is nothing but the process of release of matured egg, the rupturing of Graafian follicles to release egg, that is called ovulation. Once again I am repeating the definition. Ovulation means the rupturing of Graafian follicle to release egg, that is called ovulation. When it is occur, where it is occur? For all this we will see the answer now. The cyclic events that take place in the rhythmic fashion during the reproductive period of a woman is called menstrual cycle. So it is a 2 mark question. What is menstrual cycle? Sometimes they are asking in 2 mark. What is menstrual cycle means? It is a cyclic event that takes place in the rhythmic fashion during the reproductive period of woman, is called woman's life. Reproductive period means from the puberty to menopause. So starts from the age of 11 or 12 or 13 till 48, 50, like that. So that is a reproductive period. During that period, the cycle of events that takes place in the rhythmic fashion in the female body, that is called the menstrual cycle. In human females, the menstrual cycle starts at the age of 11 to 13 years, that is puberty, which marks the onset of puberty, and it is called as menarche. Puberty is nothing but menarche. Ceases around, ceases means that stopping of the follicles, the ceases of menstruation around 48 to 50 years of age, and it is also not common for it is not constant, it is variable. So one person have the menopause at the age of 50, or somebody having the menopause at the age of 52, or somebody having the menopause at the age of 45 itself. It may vary from person to person, woman to woman. Okay, so ceases around the age of 48 to 50 years of age, and this stage is called menopause. So menopause and menarche. Menarche is nothing but puberty. It starts from the age of 11 to 13 and it ends at the age of 48 to 50 years. Clear, children? The reproductive period, as I said, what is the reproductive period? Starts from the age 11 to 13 till 48 to 50. That is the reproductive period. The reproductive period is marked by characteristic events repeated almost every month in the physiological normal woman, that is 28 days with minor variations. It may vary 27 days or 30 days or 31 days in the form of menstrual flow. So the menstrual cycle consists of 4 phases. Phase 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the first phase, children? And that is the menstrual phase. It is also called as destructive phase. Second one is follicular phase, or otherwise called as proliferative phase. Third one, ovulatory phase, and the last fourth one, luteal phase or secretory phase. So once again I am repeating the 4 phases of menstrual cycle. It is a very important question. First one, menstrual phase. Second one, follicular phase. Third one, ovulatory phase. And fourth one, luteal phase or secretory phase. Now we will see these phases in detail. Okay. See the tabular column here. It is compiled all the phases, 4 phases. So phases, how many days it occurs, and what are the changes that takes place in the ovary, what are the changes that takes place in the uterus, and what are the hormonal changes takes place in the body of the female. Let's see how the changes takes place. The first phase I said already, the first one is menstrual phase. It is also called as destructive phase, as I said. It extends up to 5 days, that is 4 days or 5 days. So 4 to 5 days, first day to 5th day. That 5 days it is said to be the menstrual phase. During that first 5 days, what are the changes that takes place in the ovary, what are the changes that takes place in the uterus, and what are all the hormonal imbalance, hormonal changes in the female body, we will see now. So changes in the ovary. Ovary, you know very well, it is a primary organ. Okay. So development of primary follicles takes place during that period. So what are the changes takes place in the uterus? Very simple. Breakdown of uterine walls, very important. A breakdown of uterine endometrial lining. So during that breakdown, all the cells are destroyed, that leads to bleeding, very important one. So due to the breakdown of endometrial lining, the bleeding occurs. So what are the hormone changes during this? Decrease in progesterone and estrogen level. Progesterone and estrogen are the female sex organ or hormones. These hormone levels are in decreased condition. Clear? So next we move on to second phase, that is follicular phase. The name itself, you can easily understand the concept. Follicular phase. During that phase, the follicles are developed. Okay. So it takes place from the 6th day to 13th day. In between 6 and 13, that phase is called follicular phase. During that phase, the primary follicles slowly grows like this. Like this, it slowly grows and became a fully mature Graafian follicle. Clear? So what are the changes takes place in the uterus? Endometrium, already I said endometrium lining breakdown I said in the first phase. So during the second phase, the endometrium lining regenerates slowly through proliferation. After that, hormone changes, FSH, follicular stimulating hormone, and estrogen slowly increases. Clear? Then third phase, very important phase, that is called ovulatory phase. It takes place at 14th day. That day only that particular phase takes place, that is called the ovulatory phase. What is ovulatory phase means? The release of a mature egg from the Graafian follicles. So the Graafian follicles rupture and release the ovum, that is egg. That takes place in the 14th day, that is called the ovulatory phase. During that phase, the changes takes place in the uterus. See, the increase in endometrial thickness. In first phase, the breakdown of endometrium lining takes place. In second phase, the endometrium regenerate starts. During the third phase, it increased the thickness, the endometrium layer. The uterus layer becomes thickness, and then LH, luteinizing hormones in the peak level. Okay. So the last one is luteal phase. It starts from the 15th day to 28th day. So the emptied Graafian follicles, all the egg is released from the rupture of Graafian follicles. Now the Graafian follicles is empty. The empty Graafian follicles developed into a temporary endocrine gland that is called the corpus luteum. Okay, that Graafian follicles are changed into a corpus luteum. So what are the changes takes place in the uterus? See, the endometrium is prepared for implantation. Implantation means attachment of the fertilized egg on the walls of the uterus. So the endometrium is ready for implantation if fertilization of egg takes place. If fertilization does not takes place means the uterine wall again ruptures, bleeding starts slowly and unfertilized eggs are released out or expelled out as a bleeding. So what are the changes takes place in the hormones? So LH, luteinizing hormone, and follicular stimulating hormone became decrease. The corpus luteum produces progesterone and its level increases, followed by decline if menstrual bleeding occurs. Okay, these are all the events of menstrual cycle and role of hormone in the female body. See the picture here, children. So menstruation, day 1, proliferative phase, secretory phase. During the 14th day, the ovulation, during that phase, the LH is in peak level. This is the LH is in peak. Okay. So progesterone initially decreased level in the menstrual phase, the first phase, and it slowly increases during the secretory phase. The same the estrogen also. So in the proliferation phase, the primary follicle slowly develop and it attains the fully matured Graafian follicles at the end of 13th day. During the 14th day, the rupturing of Graafian follicles takes place. The mature egg is released out. This is a mature egg. Mature egg is released out. That process is called ovulation. After that, the empty Graafian follicles is changed into corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is a temporary endocrine gland. Okay, these are all the events takes place in the female body. Thank you, children. We will see in the next class.